Hello Sunshines and welcome to deValiante Plays Astrologaster by Nyam Nyam. This game was part of Ichio's Mundo for Racial Justice and Equality. If you would like to play the game for yourself, check out the links in the description below. Are you fascinated by the stars and medieval medicine? Then this historical visual novel is for you. Now without further ado, let's get started. Warning. This video features talk of medical advice that should in no way be used unless prescribed by a licensed medical professional. This game is just for fun and historical education purposes only. Discretion is advised.
Sibyl's a fine host, of this she will oft boast. She loves to entertain, she loves to entertain. Though hard she does try, her dinners go awry. And eating tea and
Good morrow, Mistress Fortescue. How may I help you this day?
I did lately experience feelings of a most strange and disturbing nature, for which I desire an explanation.
I see. Prithee describe these feelings to me, madam. When did they occur?
Last eve, at a dinner party hosted by my dear friend Mistress Emma Delamere. All was well at first, but soon after my arrival I was stricken with a kind of madness.
Madness, you say?
Yes, moments during which I found myself overcome with feelings of mirth, laughing most immoderately at the dullest of remarks made by other guests. At other times I felt an unnatural fascination with the shape of the candelabra in the table's centrepiece. And all the while I was so ravenous with hunger, I quite absent-mindedly ate all the sweetmeats at my end of the table. I fear my rapaciousness did not escape the notice of guests seated beside me.
Such an immoderate appetite is out of character for you, I take it. It could not have merely been occasioned by anxious passions?
Why, nay, Dr. Foreman. Forsooth, I ought to have been very calm last eve, for I did spend the afternoon inhaling the fumes of an aromatic oil, a gift from my sweet husband, sent back from his explorations in the Near East. I did mention my husband, Captain Henry Fortescue, before, I think. He is a great friend of Sir Walter Raleigh. Oh, Henry and Sir Walter find the oil most relaxing, so he tells me.
Yet you were not so very relaxed last eve, I take it.
No, not in the least. For I fear a capricious spell was cast upon me. Over the course of the evening, I developed the strongest intuition that malignant forces were present in the room, and that I had been bewitched. Could it be true, Dr. Foreman? Might a witch have cast a spell on me?
That is something we shall have to ask the stars, madam. Let us see. What was it that afflicted Mistress Sybil Fortescue last eve at dinner?
The querent is troubled by melancholy. Nope. Nope. And so, trouble results from smoke inhalation. This suggested condition is chronic, suggests an altered mental state. I don't think it was smoking. It was like whatever you were smoking, essentially.
Now, madam, the oil your husband sent you. This was the first time you did inhale its fumes, methinks.
Yes, the shipment of gifts from my husband did only lately arrive.
Then I think we have your answer. I have read some interesting tales of such oils and herbs of the Near East. 'Tis said they occasion certain temperaments. To wit, an excessive sanguinity, which will have caused the immoderate laughter and increased appetite. They can also provoke a narrowing of the mind, which would explain your temporary fascination with the candelabra, and I believe the fumes of this oil may also have been responsible for the notion that you have been bewitched.
And the men of the Near East gain pleasure from this oil? They would render themselves foolish on purpose?
Aye, indeed. Foreigners have many strange customs and desires that we cannot hope to understand.
How fascinating! I thank you for this explanation, sir.
now
Indeed, 'twill
she's
make
gonna
for a
do it.
most diverting tale with which to regale guests at my next dinner.
You simply
Have you
must
good
try
morrow,
it.
Dr. Foreman.
Where's my pin? Alright. Querent did come seeking an explanation. She was glad. Yay! I'm very close. I wonder if Dr. Foreman's manservant was ever in the Navy. His arm do appear very strong.
Another consultation.
Will this one end in bed?
Or will Mistress Allen slap him round the head?
I don't know. I think you should cut ties with this lady.
Ah, good day, Mistress Allen. What brings you this day? Oh, dear lady, you tremble like a leaf on an autumn day.
Aye, for I am most affrighted. But Mr. Allen says he thinks I worry over naught. So I am come to you, for methinks you would. Perchance you may help me.
By my troth, Pray tell me of this evil that affrightens you, madam, and I shall do all in my power to protect you from it.
Yes, evil. Oh, indeed, 'tis the very word for it. I have seen a dark figure prowling outside our house in the night, and once I saw him spying through my window. Who is he?
Him.
What does he want from me?
This one.
What am I to do?
I see. And you do not recognize his face or any other particulars? The colour of his hair, for instance?
Oh, nay, for 'tis always so dark. But by his silhouette I can tell he is a bony, scrawny little man.
Is he verily? But your husband thinks 'tis naught to worry over, you say?
Aye, he says the man is doubtless naught but a poor travelling tinker who is merely taking shelter in our garden. 'Twould explain why his figure is so slight, to be sure, but what if he is not a tinker? What if his purpose is more sinister?
Aye, indeed.
So you're peeping
Then let us
Tom.
consult the stars. Who is the man prowling outside the Allen's house in the night, and what is his purpose?
Let's see. What do we got? Avis is mine. She must rein in her behavior. Avis suggests constraint. Not only does Avis have a deceptive nature, she is obsessed with romance and has a preference for younger men. Romantic part. Okay. Weird. Avis is being punished by God for her frequent comings and goings from her house. And what do you say? The Prowler is a mature, intelligent man who is a secret enemy of the Allens. Intimate relationship with Avis is changing. Yeah. So, yeah. This woman has a preference for younger men. No. Like, why would you use her religion against her? That just seems... Yeah. Because you're...
The stars suggest the Prowler is a secret foe of your husband. Does Mr. Allen have any gambling debts, perchance?
Odd. Methinks I see it now. Ah, 'tis you! The Prowler, 'tis you!
Me? How now, madam? What an outlandish notion.
So you would deny it? That you have prowled and spied upon me these last months?
Prithee, Avis, you've got it all.
I will not have it. I am not a thing to be owned. I'm not one of your prized possessions.
I prithee, madam, put that down. Put it...
Ah!
Oh.
Fie, madam. That was a priceless Venetian vase.
Well then. Cool. Maybe she'll come back tomorrow. I mean, we received her letter, so there's really... Fie! If I see him in the garden again, I shall have Mr. Allen go, and nay, methinks I had best not tell Mr. Allen.
Who is this man?
This looks like Shakespeare.
Such a clay, lately returned from his conquests in Spain.
Oh.
The streets of London resound with his fame. Robert Steppenwolf, that is his name.
Good day, sir. How may I... By Jupiter! Can it be true? Robert Devereux, the Earl of Essex, Lord of Her Majesty's Privy Council, a hero of the Battle of Cadiz.
Prithee, calm yourself, Sarah. Pray, treat me just as you would any other querent.
Of course, as it pleases your lordship. But may I say, what a great privilege it is to... may I offer you a...
You are the man who had some success treating the plague some years past, are you not?
Oh, indeed, my lord. You are very well informed. My strong water did save many a Londoner from a most lamentable death.
Then perchance you might have some cunning cure for me as well. For since I am returned to England upon having resolved that small matter in Spain, I find myself afflicted with the most vexing ailment.
Oh, but your most glorious capture of the Spanish city of Cadiz was no small matter, my lord. All England talks of nothing else. Why, pamphlets recounting your heroic exploits are sold on every street corner in London.
Starts talking him too.
I know nothing of them. My single-handed victory against the King of Spain was but a trifling affair, and the least I could do for my queen and a grateful nation. But I fear vast riches and the hearts of many a Spanish beauty were not the only things I did capture while I was there.
What else did you capture in Spain, my lord?
Syphilis.
I fear I do not grasp your meaning.
Syphilis.
If you would kindly show me where upon your body you are...
As you see, this Spanish disease I caught has me oozing a most disagreeable substance.
Methinks I have a fair idea of the nature of your affliction. But I must confirm the judgment with a reading of the stars. Let us see, what disease troubles Robert Lord Devereux, the Earl of Essex?
Let's see. Suggest the illness will not last long. This suggests the illness will be long-lasting. Suggest... yeah, you're in love, and that's why you're oozing. Suffering from gonorrhea. That's my idea. Disease characterized by wide amount of... evil digestion. Yeah, you got gonorrhea. You got the clap. Or no, that's chlamydia.
Gonorrhea, my lord. 'Tis a condition provoked by an increase in intimate activities.
Too much Strumpy-Humpy, eh? Well, 'tis true that since news of my victory got about, every wench from Southwark to Shoreditch wants a piece of my action, as it were. And how may this gonorrhea be cured?
The most effective method is lead plate therapy. Usually this requires a man to lie in bed for many hours with a leaden plate positioned upon his privy parts, thus allowing the lead to impart its healing properties to the affected member. But, of course, men such as your lordship have no time to lie around in bed, which is why... Let me just fetch it from my cabinet. Which is why I invented this.
Strong
And
water.
that is what? Some sort of wonder chub, like the ones old men used to wear?
Precisely so, my lord. 'Tis a codpiece that I had a blacksmith fashion out of lead. I invite your lordship to wear it under your breeches so that the lead may remain in contact with your privy member at all times. Indeed, until you are cured.
How very droll this is. Verily, how old-fashioned. I will appear as hung as old King Henry Tudor. Mayhap I just wear it in my chambers.
Good day, and please come again. If you need anything at all, I am at your service.
I swear. Oh, alright, cool. I'm very close to having a letter of recommendation from this dude.
Watch your lover, Avis, watch her night and day.
Gross.
If a woman has your heart, you cannot let her stray.
Avis, I did not expect to see you this evening. Do you bring news?
Aye, some very good news, at least if you confirm it for me. Methinks I am with child.
How very wondrous. And, have you any idea of who might...
Aye, verily, with child, but I dare not to. Forsooth, what if it be naught but false hope?
Then let us ask the stars without delay. Is Mistress Avis Allen verily with child?
Alright, so let's see what we got. Evil angels are confusing Mistress Allen. Within the few months it will become clear that she is not with child. Is aging. This decreases her chance of being with child. Family thinks she is lazy. Okay. I feel optimistic about the relationship between Avis and me. Mistress Allen is untrustworthy and creative when it comes to her marital duties. Okay. Mr. Allen is with child, but it will die and she will experience some sudden bad luck, a miscarriage. Father, Mr. Unbridger, is a strong man that she is romantically involved with. Okay. Well, let us see what the dice say, because I don't know which one to choose. 5. Oh, wait. 1 and 2 is A, 3 and 4 is B. 1. Okay. Evil, you are not with
Sorry
child.
to tell you, Avis. You are not with child this time.
Nay, verily?
I am feared so.
But why?
Why are you so plump at present? Well, you're not as young as you once were, but with a trifle more exertion around the house.
First you tell me I'm not with child, and then you call me a plump, lazy old woman?
'Tis not I, 'tis the stars. I have no control over...
Oh, how could you speak such... Oh, why must you insult me so? What new imagined sin did I commit that you would punish me for now?
By my troth, 'twas never my intention to insult you, Avis. But I see I have vexed you. Pray forgive me, Avis.
Fret not, Simon. In truth, I know you mean no harm. Methinks 'tis that such disappointment is hard to bear. I did so wish it to be true, that you and I were to have a child.
Well, was a little pleased. And was instead a little too plump. Yep. She only has... Oh, woe, am I ever to be a mother? Unless, could Simon be wrong? You might have
Rich
a...
but not satisfied, mayhap you have not tried this one weird trick for displaying your wealth. Buy herbs and confections to boost your complexion and pass idle hours tending to your health.
Good even, sir. Who do I have the pleasure of welcoming to my chambers this day?
Nicholas Muggs, proprietor of Muggs Rugs down on Silver Street.
Ah, the wig makers. You supply wigs to players, do you not? I have heard tell of your fine work from some of my playhouse querents.
I thank ye for your kindness, sir. I do hear you are very skilled at your trade also. For are you not the curer of the plague of 92? Forsooth, I do hope you may cure me as well. For though I do not think I have the plague, whatever I have is doubtless most grave, no matter what my wife thinks.
And what is it your wife thinks?
It be her mind that I have taken naught but a chilly cold in the head. But 'tis not so, Dr. Foreman, for I ache all over. My throat is grown sore, and I cough day and night.
Day and night, you say?
Aye, verily.
I see. Then let us consult the stars. What does ail Nicholas Mugg?
Mugg is troubled with hypochondria, possibly induced by witchcraft. Mugg has taken a cold in the head, the symptoms of which include cough, short-windedness, a hoarse throat, and pain throughout the body. Yeah. Cardiac passion, characterized by short-windedness and grieving pain, both in heart and through the body. No, I think it's a cold.
I am pleased to say that your wife is correct, and you have little to worry over. You have what we doctors call frigidus ad hominem, or as it is more commonly known, a man cold.
Frigid... A man cold, you say?
Aye, it is a cold in the head, suffered uniquely by those of the male sex. And although it be a minor affliction, the suffering can be very great.
A minor affliction, you say? That cannot be right. I bid you check the stars again, sir. For see how ill I am, and my throat grows so hoarse I can hardly speak.
Yep.
I think the trouble in your throat may be occasioned by overuse. Perhaps you might try discoursing less.
Well, I think you ought to know that I will be seeking a second opinion.
As you will, sir. Good day.
Wow. Great. Love it.
Robert Lord Dever rose a rising from a rising star, dashing and debonair, he will go far. Oh, London greets him with cries of
Good day, my lord. How may I do you service? Would it pertain to some thrilling adventure upon which you may soon be embarking?
No.
Indeed it does. Sir Walter Raleigh and I did recently come across some intelligence concerning a fleet of Spanish ships that will soon be sailing home from the New World, bearing a goodly cargo of gold. Raleigh and I plan to borrow the royal fleet, which we will use to intercept the ships and seize the treasure.
Huzzah! But, borrow the Royal Navy, you say?
Aye, only temporarily, of course. The Queen will hardly know her ships are gone. Indeed, when we return them to her bearing a handsome prize of Spanish gold, she will doubtless forgive our failure to file the correct paperwork and whatnot.
Doubtless. And how may I assist your lordship in this glorious endeavour?
Well, in order to intercept the Spanish fleet, we must know which route it is planning to take.
I see.
One possibility is that it returns to Spain having retrieved the gold from the New World's southern continent. The other possibility, and this is the one Sir Walter thinks most likely, is that the gold has already been transported by conquistadors from the southern continent up to Havana, and the ships are to fetch it from there.
Then let us see whether the stars can tell us upon which route the treasure ships may be intercepted on their return to Spain from the New World. Will they be sailing from the southern continent or from the Spanish colony of Havana?
Let's see. The crew of the Spanish ship happened upon gold by conquering and killing its owners. Excellent. Conquering the foreign peoples, the King of Spain is establishing a fine cultural legacy in the future generations. So that means it's probably going straight from the southern continent. And Spanish sailors hide a shameful secret that relates to the lack of self-control. Is it syphilis? Devereaux should trust his friends Raleigh's instincts. Women factor in the Spaniards' travel plans. So Havana, they would be stopping in Havana. Yeah.
The stars are of the same mind as your friend Sir Walter Raleigh. Now, for regardless of where the Spaniards load their ships with gold, they will stop at the port of Havana. It seems the Spanish sailors will be unable to calm their carnal desires.
Excellent, excellent. But where are we to intercept them? Pray, give me the precise day, latitude, and longitude.
Certainly, my lord. But divining nautical coordinates is a somewhat lengthy and complex process. If your lordship would kindly return in an hour or so...
Quickly, sir! I have not the time to bide here all day.
Well then, let me see now. Taking into account the position of Jupiter, divide by 3, carry the 1. Yes. The Spanish treasure ships may be intercepted upon the 15th day of October at a latitude of 9 and 40 degrees north and 5 and 20 degrees west, or thereabouts. That said, however, I cannot promise you that...
Excellent. Raleigh and I shall sail to this very spot. Huzzah!
Huzzah! Godspeed, my lord.
Wow. I did to the coin the Spanish ship will be fetching gold from Havana. I finished him the coordinates of the location where Raleigh might intercept them, make gold be with our English fleet. I did not have time to verify the soundness of my calculations. Let's hope he doesn't die.
Oh, she never went to school, and she's kind and never cruel. Do not take Alice for a fool. Alice Black, she is no fool.
Is she a fool?
Good evening to you, madam. How might I...
Hi. Pray go tell your master, Mr. Foreman, that Mistress Alice Blagg is come to see him.
Mistress Blagg. It is I, Dr. Simon Foreman, at your service. And what an honour it is to welcome the wife of the Dean of Rochester to my humble practice. To whom do I owe my thanks for having recommended you to my care?
Well, I will not lie. You owe your thanks to nobody. For folk do tell me that you are not a real doctor, but a quack, who does conjure demons and dabbles most unlawfully in the dark arts.
No, well...
I do assure you, madam, that whatever you may have heard, I am a...
Nay, do not quibble, sir. If I did seek the counsel of a doctor who has one of those fancy medical degrees, or the kind of high-bred know-it-all who does see fit to judge a woman and vex her most cruelly, I would have gone elsewhere. But, truth be told, I have need of such a man as you, For I have been bewitched by a witch.
I see.
Yea, a loathsome spell has been cast upon me. It does cause me to awaken in the morning with a most terrible pain in my head. A pain so wretched it does have me chundering into my chamber pot.
Pain in the head and involuntary purging. And what leads you to believe your suffering is occasioned by witchcraft?
Well, the timing is most unnatural. My troubles do occur every Saturday morning without fail.
That's interesting.
I suspect the doings of our new neighbour, the widow MacDoon. As well as being Scottish, she does possess several cats.
Several cats, you say?
One or two of which I may have kicked, and now she has seen fit to take revenge upon me with her dark, foreign magic.
Indeed. Scotland is well known for the powerful black witchcraft practiced by its womenfolk. But as compelling as this evidence may be, my practice does draw upon the latest scientifical arts. To diagnose your condition, I must first perform a rigorous astronomical analysis. So, let us see now, what do the stars say is the cause of your Saturday morning suffering?
Are you getting, like, plastered the night before? Let's see. Noxious food or drink. Yeah. Condition is chronic. Alice is experiencing early symptoms of being with child, but every Saturday, the presence of moon suggests the symptoms are acute. Is bewitched! I think you're getting drunk the night before.
Madam, may I delicately inquire as to whether it be the habit of you and your husband to take wine with supper? On Friday evenings, perchance? Drinking a little overmuch on occasion is nothing to be ashamed of. Many of my most respectable querents do find that a fine French claret can be deceptively...
Oh, nay, more's the pity. My husband is a tiresome teetotaler who prefers to spend his evenings writing sermons and counting coin. He hardly ever accompanies me to the tavern on Fridays.
Does he not? Well, in any case, I am much afraid that the ale you do consume upon these tavern visits may be to blame for your affliction. The consumption of strong drink can provoke an excess of black bile, which then does cause the body to purge itself the following day. I do advise you to consider...
Then I am not bewitched.
No.
But if that be true, then to poor Molly MacDoon I have been most rude and unneighbourly. For shame. I must go to her this hour and apologise. Fare you well, Mr. Foreman. I must bid you good day.
Oh, I just get too drunk on Friday nights.
Beware conspirations, plots and machinations, the schemes of big physics to sell you their wares. Their cures do us violence, but they call it science. They mock our beliefs and belittle our fears.
Okay. Actually, was it this? No. Because I was going to look... Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 more people to meet. Robert Devereaux. God dang. This guy's just not giving me anything because he doesn't like what I have to say about anything. Because he's an asshole. He doesn't believe me. Okay.
Well met, Mr. Mugg. How fare you since our first consultation?
It seems as you were right. Though I was, in sooth, much troubled with the vile disease of, what did you say it was? Fudgipus and Honeyman, I did not die.
Frigidus ad hominem. I am most glad to hear it, sir. Indeed, you do look well.
Well, mayhap I look well now, but 'twill not be for long. I have been poisoned.
Oh, boy.
Poisoned? By the saints! Who is the author of this foul deed?
My friend George Sprottle, the bookbinder. I did dine with him not 2 hours ago.
Did he put glue
I
in
see.
your food?
A bout of evil digestion. Pray tell, was there turned meat or some such at table?
Nay, not meat. 'Twas a pie full of cherries. I had a bite of it afore I knew what I was eating.
Cherries, you say?
Aye, cherries. And this after I took particular care to give Mistress Sprottle a list of foods I must not eat. I added cherries to the list when I did hear that the Countess of Devonshire has declared against their noxious qualities.
The Countess of Devonshire, you say? Noxious qualities, indeed. And now your symptoms, Mr. Mugg. Had you any reaction after eating these cherries?
My reaction? Well, I reacted as any man would. I spat them out. And know you what Mr. Sprottle did then, Dr. Foreman?
Nay, but pray tell.
He did laugh at me. He even called me a dinner-ralphing fusspot. I may soon be in the grave, thanks to George. Will he still be laughing then?
Well, let us not speculate, shall we, Mr. Mugg? Now, let us see what the stars may tell us. What ails Nicholas Mugg?
Hypochondria. Cherry poisoning. It's not cherry poisoning. Splenetic, occasioned by rigorous behavior. Ruler of the spleen. Okay. Yes.
Your condition has been provoked by the rancor you feel toward your host for having ignored your alimentary demands. These feelings have caused your spleen to produce ill humours, which you are presently venting in the form of bilious anger. Hence it will quickly pass.
I see. But what of the cherries I ate?
Cherries are perfectly safe to eat. Truly, Mr. Mugg, you must abandon these absurd and superstitious notions about the evils of particular fruits and vegetables.
Must I?
Yes.
Aye. With the exception of onions, of course. For onions do render a man susceptible to the plague.
Onions, verily. I thank you for the warning, Dr. Foreman. I shall add onions to my list.
All right.
William! There you are. Did Mistress Allen call whilst I was out this day?
Nope.
Nay? You're quite sure about that, are you? I see. I cannot understand it. Why has Avis not come these past weeks? Does she no longer wish to see me?
Probably. Alright. Let's see. I've been deprived of tempo favors of late, but my fortune seems to be reversing. I expect to see Avis again soon. Alan's reluctance to see me is but the legacy of my unpleasant manner towards her, past provoked by my suspicious fancies. Avis feels that she has treated her husband carelessly. I doubt that. It was cruel of Avis to allow me to hope that we would one day be together. No. It is only self-constraint and a sense of duty towards her husband that Avis keeps... I doubt that, because she's called on you several times. Avis' feelings cannot be trusted. She harbors romantic feelings towards another man. I doubt that. Avis does not know who has fathered the child she carries. I think she does. So we're gonna do this one.
So, 'tis the madness of my love that keeps Avis away. My jealous passions and accusations have vexed her, mayhap even caused her fright. When she comes to see me again, for she surely will, by and by, I must remember to be kinder to her, to not plague her with my suspicions. And until Avis does return, well, there are other women in the world, are there not?
I wish to know why Avis no longer comes to see me. Is troubled by my jealousy. Yes. Sir, I must thank you for resolving the misunderstanding betwixt me and my neighbour, Mistress Molly McDoon. You advised me that my Saturday morning headaches and chunterings were not caused by her witchcraft, but by my consumption of strong drink. You spoke true, and for that I am grateful, although if Molly is not then the author of my suffering, she surely is now. For since we are become friends, we are together at the tavern every Friday. Your querent, Alice Blogg. Letter. Oh, nice. Thank you.
Thank you for joining me as I played Astrologaster by Niam Niam. That name. The next episode will be out shortly. If you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, a follow, and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the new episode drops. Also, don't forget to check out the link to the completely free Discord server to chat about games and whatever else is on your mind. Let's keep the comments chill, so no hate or spoilers, as I'm not above removing these comments and the people who make them. That's all for now, folks, and I'll see you next time.